The news now, a man is facing charges in a deadly shooting in Starkville. This happened Friday in the Sunset community. The Oktibbeha County neighborhood has seen more than its share of criminal activity in recent years.
Yeah, it has, but it has not always been that way. Shawanda Jones talked with a man who has called Sunset home for decades, and he says there was a time when violence in the neighborhood was rare. Shawanda joins us now in the studio, and Shawanda, he doesn't just live in that neighborhood, he is also an activist.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Mr. Young, along with other community leaders, oversee a neighborhood-wide organization in the Sunset neighborhood, and it's one that's dedicated to addressing the needs of young people. Tonight, WCBI is bringing you his story. It's a journey seen through the eyes of someone who's called this place home for a lifetime. Together with local law enforcement, they're on a mission to take back their streets.
People, when they think of Sunset, they think of a just bad community. It's really not. Yeah, you're going to have the ones that's drift off a little bit. But tell me what community that don't.
Eric Young has lived in the sunset-subdivision of Oktibbeha County since 1988. Just in a 6-year span, multiple arrests have been made in the Sunset community, from murder and shootings to sexual battery and drug trafficking. But Young is sure the perpetrators aren't even from the neighborhood.
When they speak of Sunset, pull up all them crimes. Pull them up. They're not from here. They're not from here. This is an area that's out the way, not in town, that they feel that they can walk around with their pistols. They can do what they want. But in reality, Sunset is really not as bad as they make it.
Oktibbeha County Sheriff-Shank-Phelps agrees, but when a crime occurs, he still needs help from the people who do live there.
You're right. A lot of the problems come from outside. People coming over to Oktibbeha County or coming over to Sunset Subdivision. You know, as sheriff of this county, you know, my job is to ensure the safety and well-being of the citizens of this county, and that's what I'm elected to do, and that's what I'm going to do. But I can't do it by myself. I want the citizens to know, usually when we come to talk to them, their name has come up somewhere. We're just not picking somebody up out of the blue.
Last week, during an interview with WCBI, Sheriff Phelps sent out a stark warning.
If we come asking questions about this shooting incident, people need to be honest and tell the truth. Because if they don't, they're going to end up picking up charges. And we've got to do something about this gun violence. Something's got to come to a halt.
Young says he doesn't quite agree with the sheriff's approach.
If that crime happened in that house and it's a few people's in that house, that story will get summed up. It should get summed up within that house. The neighbor should not have to say nothing because everybody in that house know what was going on. The neighbor probably heard a gunshot, but did you see who pulled the trigger? No, because you wasn't inside of that residence during the time of that crime going down. So you can't sit there and speak. You only speak on what you know. Even if you speak on what you heard, that's not 100% accurate.
Phelps says even if you think you saw suspicious activity, the community still needs to come forward without fear of retaliation.
If you see something that's wrong, come out and talk. It's our job to protect. We will protect. And if someone is absolutely scared to come to the police, call Crime Stoppers. Nobody knows the identity of that person. Somebody gives us information and somebody says something to let us know it's a crime for that. Intimidating a witness. I don't mind charging. I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to stick together and solve this problem.
Both Young and Sheriff Phelps say that they plan on working together to bridge that gap between law enforcement and the Sunset community.